Good morning. I'm earning my sponsorship money today. I got dressed in my waterproofs in the rain and hit the road. Been riding about 2 hours, I think, and I've just now finally found someone to have a cup of tea in Malin. I cannot tell you how many times in the first half an hour I wanted to turn back, go back to the campsite and sit by the nice hot fire. But I didn't. Thank you to your sponsorship. We've got over £1,700 already. That's amazing. So I've kept going, and I was going to go via some of the touristy coastal points that some of the guys from the campsite told me about. Hi guys. And thank you also for building that lovely and helping with that fire last night. I wish I was there right now, but I will be back later. No doubt I'll buy a lighter and I shall get that thing going. Anyway, I've decided just to head straight to Malin Head because it's just too cold, too wet. My fingers are frozen and it won't even work properly to take photos. So when I can, I will, but I'm going to go to Malin Head. I've reminded myself this isn't a tour that Andy and I would usually do. This is for sponsorship. And I'm going to earn it today. It's going to be a hard ride because I keep reminding myself every mile I go, I've got another mile to head back, so I'm heading north to the most north point of Ireland, and then I've got to head back south again afterwards. So, but I'm just so glad I've got a cup of tea, and I've been naughty and I've succumbed to a Mars bar, but there you go. Anyway, thank you all for your sponsorship. If you haven't sponsored me already and you'd like to, then please do so. I'm really earning the money. I've really been riding hard in lots of rain, lots of wind today and on other days. If you are watching this on Instagram, then you can find the link to Maggie's Cancer Care charity, which I am raising money for, in my bio. You'll also find my YouTube link there as well. You can come and watch my daily diaries and see all the pitfalls, all the fun, some beautiful scenery as well. If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, you can find the link in the write-up. Thank you. See you later. Still raining on and off, but the sun is coming out and this view is worth it. Just sun has definitely come out, so I've just popped down to Five Finger Strand. My plan had been to go up the east and go anti-clockwise to Malin Head, but because I then put in the direct route, I was going straight across the middle, so I've now just dropped down to the touristy route and I am here at Five Finger Strand, going clockwise. So if the weather stays like this, I may take in the touristy parts that the guys said yesterday. So we shall see how things hold out. Look how amazing this is. I've decided to try and stop saying beautiful, because I don't know if you've noticed it, but I say it a lot and I'm beginning to sound like Bernard Matthews. So I'm going to say it's amazing today. But what is really great is Ta-da! It's a coffee shop! Yay! Oh, what a day that was. The weather did clear up a bit when I left Malin after my lovely cup of tea. And it stayed clear all the way up to Malin Head actually, but then afterwards it poured down. And after Malin to Malin Head, I rode without my gloves because they were so wet. They're still so wet. It was so cold, I couldn't bear to put them on, cold and wet. And as I rode away from Malin Head, I realised that I'd dropped them, so I'd hang them on my handlebars to dry. Luckily, a couple of bikers that I've been chatting to up the top there, hello if you're watching, lovely to meet you. They picked one up, so as I turned around and come back, he's waving to me and he's got my gloves, so that was good. So what else? Oh yeah, so I didn't learn yesterday. I've got props on the table to remind me. I didn't learn yesterday about the wet because this new charger that I went and bought, I left it on my bike overnight. But luckily it still worked, I guess because it's plastic, so that's good. So that was still working. One of the things that happened on the way up to Malin, as I was saying to you, like I wanted to come back to the fire. Oh God, I didn't really want to do that trip, but I pushed on. And my bike then suddenly went, the handbrake light came on and it went boop, 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 and it just died on me. The bike completely died on me. I left it a couple of minutes, it started again, it was fine. I pulled over somewhere else, checked the oil, that was fine. So I don't know what that was about, but if anyone can tell me, then that would be great. But obviously something to do with the handbrake maybe, although the handbrake wasn't on. Perhaps I'd had it on and then hadn't put it quite off properly. But yeah, I don't know quite what that was about. But it's run fine since, but I didn't tell Olivia in case, because I didn't want you to worry until I was safely back, which I now am. So yeah, that was a bike, but I think that was sort of joining in, coming out with sympathy with me. Let's just go back. Let's just go back. Let's not do this. But we did do it. But I've learned from that, and I always try and learn something every day. I try and make a difference to people's day, and I try and learn something today. And today I've learned that I shouldn't push myself so much, because obviously this run I am doing for charity, but a lot of our tour that Andy and I did was about positive living with positive recovery and positive living with disability and sobriety. And you know, it's all very well. I mean, I'm always promoting about, I mean, my whole ethos is like not being defined by the disability or illness. It's about living alongside or living with an illness, that it doesn't define us, that we define ourselves. But it's about pacing ourselves as well, and about making sure that we do the right things for us at the right time. And today I probably pushed it a little bit too far. Probably haven't looked after myself as well as I could. So I even probably didn't look after Andy that well, because I had to take my ring off because I got so wet, and because his ashes are in the blue bit. So I had to take that off and put it inside my inside pockets to stop the rain and the water getting to it. That did much good because I'm soaked right the way through. Even my long sleeve top under my jumper is soaking wet. So it's about pacing more. There's no point being a lighthouse if the lighthouse light that we're shining is like, go do stupid things. So my learning is, if it's raining tomorrow, I'm not going to ride. Hopefully it won't rain all day. I'm staying at this campsite tonight. I'm going to stay another night so I can just ride out from here. So that would be good. On the way back, I was so wet. I was so cold. Everything hurt. My elbows, my shoulders, my knees, my back, even my ears and my throat started hurting because even my helmet is soaking wet. Oh, and that's another thing, talking about my helmet. I stopped at Cutters to get some foods that I can eat with my fingers. So some cheese and some crackers and some peanuts. They had gluten-free muffins, so I did get them too. But I have bought some orange juice as well because my throat was feeling a bit sore, and I'm like, do you know what, I think I need to build myself up with some vitamin C. So I went into Cost Cutters to get that lot, and whilst I was walking around Cost Cutters I realised the only parking space that had been there was a disabled space, so I parked in the disabled space. I try not to if I don't need to, because I know people need to get their walkers and things like that out and they need that extra space, but it was the only space I could park in, so I put my disabled badge and everything up, and while I did so, I put this on the wall next to my bike by the main street. And whilst I was walking around Cost Cutters, I'm like, fuck, I've left my helmet on the bike. So thank you, the people of Ballybofey, for being so honest and not taking my helmet or my senna. That's still there as well, so that's cool. And what I do have now is fire lighters and some logs, and I even bought some joss sticks at Malin Head, and I'm going to go and make a fire and get out of these horrible clothes. Oh, I did work out, I sussed out this as well, because I was saying about Halford's silly water thing. It does work. What you have to do is turn it right round. Oh, it's very difficult with my fingers, so that is on in the upwards position, and then work, fingers, work. That is off. Anyway, I'm going to put some pictures and stuff up for you to see. My route, you'll see me going around in circles sometimes trying to find somewhere to get tea and coffee. That was fun. And yeah, go build myself a fire. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.